fought the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Saw content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil.
Oh my god, folks. Before I can even take my first sip of coffee this morning, I see Nintendo trending for Black Friday deals, which is laughable because when does Nintendo ever actually run real sales? But before we get into this, please hit the like button and the hype button as well. It really helps out small channels like mine stand up to the greedy corporations and the toxic fanboys, because the way they're packaging these so-called Black Friday deals is nothing short of insulting. And before we get into this, understand something up front. None of what they announced this week qualifies as a real Black Friday sale. What they're doing is taking games that should have been permanently marked down years ago and pretending it's some kind of holiday generosity. The reality is that the majority of these Switch 1 titles have been out forever, have sold their millions, have seen reprints, and should be sitting at $20.99 by default, not being paraded around like some limited time blessing from the corporate mountain. Nintendo's announcements list games like Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 3, Princess Peach Showtime, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, Luigi's Mansion 3, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and Nintendo Switch Sports. Every single one of these games is old software built for the previous system. Switch 1 games that have been on the shelf long enough that in any normal market, they would either be in the $20 classic lines or permanently at $30. And yet here Nintendo is trying to get people excited because for a couple of weeks, they're letting retailers drop them to where they should have already been. This isn't a sale, it's a price correction disguised as a holiday event. You look at what other companies do for Black Friday. Their best-selling games drop by half or more, new releases get competitive bundles, and the consoles themselves get included in holiday pricing. Meanwhile, Nintendo drops a list of aging titles, refusing to touch the price of the Switch 2, and acts like they're doing us a favor. It's one thing to offer discounts, it's another thing to recycle the same games every holiday season and act like this is some extraordinary offering. Mario Odyssey is from 2017, 7 years old. Luigi's Mansion 3, 4 years old. Splatoon 3, 2 years old. These are not new games. These are not premium products anymore. They should be permanently slotted into the classics category by now. And yet Nintendo structures this announcement like they're dropping something groundbreaking. They push out the Business Wire article with all the PR language. Holiday gatherings made more memorable, festive decor, exclusive winter collections, new promotions, big savings, special in-store experience. You look closer and all you see is old games at their proper price and a handful of marketing fluff disguised to give the illusion of a major sale event. It's smoke and mirrors. They didn't drop the price of the Switch 2, they didn't offer bundles, they didn't discount their accessories in any meaningful way. The only thing of note is the $20 discount on the micro SD express card for Cyber Monday, and even that is something you can get cheaper on Amazon year round. None of this feels like Nintendo stepping into Black Friday the way other companies do. It feels like they slapped a Black Friday label on a bare minimum offering and expected everyone to thank them. And here's the part that shouldn't be ignored. They waited until the last possible window to even announce these deals. Meanwhile, retailers like Woot are already desperately moving Switch 2 consoles at discount, trying to lighten inventory. Clearly not a Nintendo direction. If the Switch 2 was supposed to be the hot holiday item, Nintendo would be the one showcasing discount bundles. Instead, all the official discounts point backwards, back to Switch 1, because they know the Switch 2 price is a problem and they're trying to avoid acknowledging it. Instead of stepping up, instead of making their new hardware attractive, they give us a list of games that should already be budget titles. They pretend that games from 2017 through 2023 still deserve their full price tags except for a brief holiday drop. Nintendo is using the Black Friday banner not to give real holiday value, but to mask the fact that they refuse to permanently lower prices on older software. And the way they talk about the Nintendo store, promising festive decor, exclusive merchandise, a winter wonderland experience, it's just more marketing with nothing behind it. The last time Nintendo hyped up special store decor, it was literal cardboard display for Donkey Kong Bonanza, and we're supposed to believe this year will somehow be wildly different. You know what it really is, it's Nintendo trying to parade superficial changes while quietly sticking to the same greedy pricing model. Let's be honest here, if these were real Black Friday sales, you see Mario Odyssey at 20. You see Luigi Mansion at 25. You'd see bundles for the Switch too. You see first-party accessories with meaningful markdowns. You see Nintendo matching the industry standard instead of relying on the brand loyalty of people who don't question anything they do. But instead, these are fake sales, fake savings, used to create the illusion of generosity. And when you step back and look at the whole picture, it becomes obvious that Nintendo is not trying to help customers stretch their holiday dollars. They're simply making sure their aging Switch 1 library keeps selling while pretending like they're doing something special. They've been using this strategy for years. Hold the price high, never budge, then drop it by like $20 during a holiday and call it a massive event. It's conditioning the customer to feel grateful for a discount that should have been the standard years ago. And the irony is that all this is happening at the same time that the Switch 2 is struggling with public perception, overpriced hardware, uneven stock, and no legitimate holiday discount. The timing alone shows exactly what Nintendo is prioritizing. They aren't prioritizing the player, they aren't prioritizing fair value, they aren't prioritizing competitive pricing, they're prioritizing how to stretch old products for another quarter while pretending they're doing something new. What they're offering this year is not a real Black Friday sale, it's a clearance event masquerading as something significant, and anyone paying attention can see it for what it really is. Now we need to get into the part of this conversation that nobody in the mainstream Nintendo space wants to address: the role that Nintendo influencers play in conditioning the community to accept these fake sales and terrible pricing decisions. Because the truth is, Nintendo's strategy only works because there are fanboy channels out there ready to sanitize and justify whatever Nintendo does, no matter how anti-consumer it is, and that makes this entire situation even worse. Every time Nintendo pulls out these recycled holiday discounts, the influencers come running to frame it as some kind of huge deal. They act like these games being $29.99 is an unbelievable opportunity, like Nintendo is bending over backwards to provide value. They know these games are old. They know these titles should have been permanently marked down years ago. But instead of being honest with their audience, they turn it into hype machines telling people to jump on these deals and get them while you can. As if Mario Odyssey dropping from 60 to 30 after 7 years is a gift. This is how conditioning works in the Nintendo ecosystem. Nintendo sets the bar low and influencers go online to convince people that the bar is exactly where it should be. That's why every year we get the same recycled marketing, because the fan base has been trained to accept it, not through Nintendo's messaging alone, but through the relentless reinforcements from influencers who are terrified of criticizing anything. These creators would rather protect their relationship with the company than tell their audience the truth, and it hurts the entire community. Think about how they talk about the Switch 2, even with the massive price difference across regions, even with Japan getting the cheaper launch price, even with the hardware not being included in a Black Friday promotion, these influencers still insist that Nintendo is protecting the value of their hardware or avoiding supply issues. They twist every excuse imaginable to make Nintendo look good, because acknowledging the real issue that the Switch 2 is overpriced would put them on the wrong side of Nintendo's PR. And now the same thing is happening with these holiday sales. They're already lining up to tell people that this is a great time to buy games, a solid deal, a surprisingly generous discount, when the truth is that Nintendo is doing the bare minimum. These influencers help Nintendo maintain a system where prices never drop, where older games never become budget titles, and where the community is conditioned to thank the company for discounts that were outdated 3 years ago. Instead of calling out Nintendo for refusing to lower the price of their older catalog, influencers spend their time criticizing anyone who dares to question the value. Instead of pointing out that the Switch 2 is missing from all official Black Friday promotions, they pretend it's normal. Instead of telling the truth about how Nintendo is using fake sales to cover up a lack of real holiday value, they are online telling people to open their wallets. This is why people in the community get conditioned because the information they're being fed is filtered through people who want Nintendo to notice them, to acknowledge them, or to send them free review copies someday. Influencers who want to stay on Nintendo's good side will always defend the strategy, even when the strategy is clearly anti-consumer. They will always dress up fake sales because to them, honesty is a bigger risk than letting their audience waste money. And the impact of this is huge. Nintendo doesn't feel pressure to compete with real Black Friday deals because their influencers do the convincing for them. Nintendo doesn't feel pressure to mark down their old catalog because influencers treat every minor discount like a massive event. Nintendo doesn't feel pressure to lower the price of the Switch 2 because influencers are out there telling people that supply, tariffs, demand, or regional economics justify the price, even when the facts don't support it. This constant conditioning creates a complacent consumer base, a community that stops demanding better because they've been told year after year that Nintendo's bare minimum efforts are something to celebrate. That's how Nintendo maintains control. That's how they get away with fake sales. And that's why these influencers keep doing it, because it benefits them more than it benefits the players they're supposed to serve. The truth is that this year's Black Friday sale isn't a sale at all. It's a test how far Nintendo can push the community and still receive praise. It's a reflection of how confident they are that influencers will protect them from backlash. It's a display how easily the conversation can be manipulated when enough voices are willing to defend corporate decisions instead of speaking up for the consumer. As long as Nintendo influencers culture is built on blind loyalty and fear of criticism, this cycle will continue. Nintendo will keep offering fake discounts, they will keep avoiding real holiday deals, they will keep letting their older catalog rot at full price, and the community, at least the part of the community that follows these influencers, will keep believing that this is normal. But you know what? The more people speak out, the more the truth spreads. And the more the truth spreads, the harder it becomes for Nintendo to hide behind influencers. We owe it to the community to call out fake sales what they are, to demand real value and to hold companies accountable, especially when the voices that claim to represent the community refuse to do it themselves.
And that's it for the video. If you truly enjoyed it, do me a favor and hit the like button, hit the hype button, share it around, and make sure you're subscribed. I post a long video every day, and I also go live Monday morning at 5 a.m. Pacific time, where I react to the saltiest fanboys around. And also, make sure you subscribe because I'm really trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I really need your help. If you really want to support the channel, consider becoming a member. It's only $1 a month. You'll get special badges, custom emotes, and of course your name shouted at the end of every video. And once that list gets too long, don't worry, I will turn it into a full-on credit roll so everybody gets their chance to shine. Also, don't forget to check out the merch if you want to rep the Vigilante Fire. And as always, until next time guys, stay vigilant.
And now it's time to read off the members of the channel. We got Koros Objective, Maximilian Pegasus 88, Matt Fox 94, Dr. Downvote, Oh No Is Justin, Brian Payne, Andy Red, C Stars Piplup, Jay Wesby 65, Maximus 2400, Geezer Noob, Dustin 360, That PlayStation Gamer, Stephen Ramey, Matthew Buckley, Blue Moon, John Marr, Johnny Bones Jones, The One and Only Groot, Female Goku, Kasaria, General Raihahuka, CM, Eden Force, Pokey Plays, Starlight Mirror, Crystal Woe, Phoenix Freestar, The More Incredible Grimlock, Ninja Pat 15, T-Man the Cool, Kyria Lunar, Ronin Reef 90, and Shadow Dragons. Thank you so much for becoming part of the crew.
You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hard